And now, marine weather around Alaska.
Well, tonight's weather showing not much change out here over the Bering Sea, actually for the next couple of days. Just high pressure, light winds, dry conditions, a lot of low clouds and fog. Some rain here with this system for the Arctic coast, western Arctic coast, down into the Yukon Delta. Cloudy showers and cool temperatures across southern Alaska. Drier up here over the northeast out to the eastern Arctic coast. Rain changing to showers for the southeast coast, but moisture down here with this next system with southerly flow aloft will stream that moisture and increase the rain again tomorrow with the main low center still well to the south there. So look for increasing rain for the southeast coast. Winds stay light though, and rain and showers again kind of increased over what we saw today over south central Alaska as well as Prince William Sound, the North Gulf Coast, about the same. Areas of rain and showers with the low here over the western interior, scattered showers of that low up to the northeast, and no change out west through Wednesday. And here for the southern part of the state, central and southern Alaska, cloudy, cool, showers with areas of rain, showers and rain over the east side, and this frontal boundary hung up right over the southeast coast again, keeps it wet and unsettled there for the next couple of days. Finally a change, the only change out west here, a system starting to come onto the edge of the map, may start picking the winds up a little bit there for the far western Aleutians. Coastal water forecasts there for the south coast of the Panhandle. We've got south winds, south winds at 10 knots. North coast west winds at 10 knots, southeast winds 10 knots for the inside channels. And for Wednesday, north to northwest winds 15 knots for the south coast, kind of a variable to west wind at 10 knots for the north coast, southeast at 10 for Lynn Canal, northeast at 10 for Stevens Passage, and south winds at 10 knots for Clarence Strait. Prince William Sound tomorrow, east winds at 10 knots. North Gulf Coast, variable winds 10 to 15 knots. Barren Islands, Kamishak Bay, and Cook Inlet, variable winds at 10 knots, seas 2 to 3 feet. And for Wednesday, Cook Inlet, west-northwest breeze at 10 knots, seas 2 to 3 feet, light variable winds. Kamishak Bay, Barren Islands, North Gulf Coast, all variable at 10 knots. Prince William Sound, northeast at 10 with seas at 2 feet. Kodiak Island, variable to southwest winds, 10 to 15 knots for Tuesday, 3 to 4 foot seas. Light variable winds for the Alaska Peninsula, west winds of 15 knots for Bristol Bay. And for Wednesday, Bristol Bay, west winds 15 knots. Alaska Peninsula, north to northwest winds 15 knots. Kodiak Island, variable winds 10 to 15 knots. Eastern Aleutians, actually from Unalaska Island all the way out here to Amchitka Island, variable winds at 10 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet. Kiska to Shimia, southwest winds at 15 knots. And then for Wednesday, western Aleutians here, west or south to southeast winds, 20 knots with seas 5 to 7 feet. Adak and Atka, south winds at 20 knots, 2 to 4 foot seas. Eastern Aleutians, variable winds 10 to 15 knots with 2 to 4 foot seas. Southwest coast, west-northwest winds at 15 knots tomorrow, northwest at 15 for St. Lawrence Island, west at 10 for Norton Sound, St. Matthew Island, and the Pribilofs. Light variable winds at 10 knots with seas around 4 feet. Outlook for Wednesday, Pribilofs, winds stay light and variable, seas 2 feet, and southwest 15 for St. Matthew Island, southwest coast, north to northwest winds 15 knots. St. Lawrence Island, northwest at 15. Eastern Boulevard Sea Coast, light variable winds tomorrow. Seas 1 foot. West-northwest winds for the central and west side. Only at 10 knots in the Chukchi Sea. A little bit more of a breeze here. North winds 15 to 20 knots. Then for Wednesday, those winds swing around to the south of that system approaching into the Chukchi Sea there. 20 to 25 knots or 15 to 25 knots there for the Chukchi Sea. Small craft advisories for the western Arctic coast. Southwest at 25, seas 5 feet. Southwest 15 for the central coast. East side here, variable winds at 10 knots.